Your brain isn't just losing its ability to focus, it's physically dismantling the neural architecture required for sustained concentration every time you surrender to fragmented attention. This isn't just a habit problem, it's an active process of neuroplastic degradation, and you are unknowingly participating in it. In the next moments, you will understand the precise neuroscience of how modern digital environments actively prune away the very pathways that enable deep work and true cognitive endurance. You will discover the profound impact of deep reading on strengthening your prefrontal cortex and how mastering this distinction will radically transform your productivity, allowing you to reclaim your brain's natural capacity for profound, uninterrupted thought. The truth is, your brain is a marvel of adaptive engineering, constantly reshaping itself based on how you use it. Every action, every repeated thought, every attentional choice reinforces specific neural connections while allowing others to wither. When you engage in deep reading, the kind where your mind fully immerses itself in a complex text for an extended period, you are actively building robust, intricate networks within your prefrontal cortex. This region, often called the brain's executive control center, is responsible for planning, decision-making, working memory, and critically, sustained attention. Research by neuroscientist Marianne Wolf, 2007, in her foundational work on the reading brain, draws on decades of cognitive science to illustrate how the act of deep reading cultivates a unique neural circuit. It demands a sequential processing of information, a synthesis of ideas, and the suppression of irrelevant stimuli, all of which are high-level cognitive functions. Think of it like a dense forest path, initially overgrown, but with each thoughtful trek, you wear down the underbrush, making the path clearer, wider, and more traversable. Each session of deep reading carves out a deeper, more efficient neurological pathway for focus. It's an exercise in mental endurance, fostering a rich, interconnected landscape of thought. This isn't just about understanding the words, it's about building the internal machinery to process the world with greater depth and clarity. But what happens when we constantly graze on fragmented information, never truly settling into a single cognitive task? Here's where the revelation truly hits home. While deep reading constructs those powerful neural highways, endless scrolling and constant task switching do the exact opposite. They promote a different kind of neuroplasticity, one that prioritizes rapid context switching and novelty seeking over sustained engagement. Imagine those dense forest paths you were building. Now, instead of walking them, you're constantly taking tiny, frantic detours into the undergrowth, never following one route for more than a few steps. Each click, each notification, each 2-second video clip delivers a tiny hit of dopamine, rewarding your brain for novelty. This creates what scientists call a dopamine-driven novelty loop. Your brain becomes wired to expect constant stimulation, to jump from one thing to the next, never settling long enough to forge the deep connections required for true insight or complex problem solving. This isn't just a feeling, it's a measurable degradation of your brain's capacity for sustained attention. A landmark study by Sophie Leroy, 2009, introduced the concept of attention residue, demonstrating how even brief interruptions leave lingering thoughts from the previous task, significantly reducing performance on the new task. Imagine trying to write a complex report. Every time you check an email, every time a notification flashes, a tiny part of your cognitive energy remains stuck on that previous distraction. Over an entire workday, this fragmenting of attention doesn't just reduce your efficiency, it actively weakens the neural circuits in your prefrontal cortex designed for focus. People who spend hours in this fragmented state report feeling busy but unproductive, exhausted yet having achieved little of substance. Their ability to enter a true flow state, where complex tasks feel effortless and time seems to disappear, diminishes drastically. They find themselves incapable of engaging with a long document, a challenging book, or even a deep conversation for more than a few moments without their mind wandering, craving the next quick hit of information. This isn't a moral failing. It's a neurological consequence of how their brains have been trained. The difference in output between a brain trained for deep focus and one habituated to constant fragmentation is not marginal, it is monumental. But you can reverse this. You can rebuild those neural pathways and reclaim your focus superpower with targeted, brain-based strategies. Here are 3 immediately actionable techniques. First, implement a deep reading block. Dedicate at least 30 minutes each day, non-negotiable, to reading a complex text without any digital distractions. This means a physical book, a printed article, or a document on an e-reader that is disconnected from the internet. Choose a text that requires real cognitive effort, something that forces your brain to build connections, follow arguments, and synthesize ideas. During this block, your phone is in another room, all notifications are off, and your environment is as quiet as possible. The brain response you're aiming for here is the strengthening of those sustained attention pathways in your prefrontal cortex. The result? You'll notice your ability to concentrate on other complex tasks throughout the day will measurably improve. Start with 30 minutes, gradually extend it to 1 hour, then 2. Second, institute a digital detox hour before your most cognitively demanding work. For the 60 minutes preceding a critical task, writing a report, coding, problem solving, completely disconnect from all digital information streams. No email, no social media, no news feeds. This allows your brain to clear any attention residue from previous fragmented digital interactions. The specific method is to consciously engage in a non-digital activity like taking a short walk, organizing your physical workspace, or simply sitting in silence. The expected brain response is a calming of the novelty-seeking circuits and a reduction of cognitive load, allowing your prefrontal cortex to be fresh and ready for deep engagement. The result will be a significantly higher quality of focused output and a reduced sense of mental fatigue when tackling demanding work. Third, after every deep reading or learning session, apply the synthesis sprint. This isn't just about passively consuming, it's about active processing. Immediately after your deep reading block, spend 5 to 10 minutes summarizing what you've just learned, either by writing it down in your own words, verbally explaining it to an imagined audience, or creating a quick mind map. This active recall and synthesis forces your brain to retrieve and organize the information, solidifying the new neural connections. It's like performing a final set of repetitions after a strength training session, making sure the muscle fibers are truly engaged and strengthened. The expected brain response is enhanced memory consolidation and the reinforcement of those complex analytical pathways, ensuring that the knowledge sticks and the focus capacity is further cemented. You are not merely a passive recipient of information, you are the architect of your own neural landscape. Understanding this isn't just a clever insight, it's a profound shift in how you perceive your own cognitive power. You now see that every choice you make about where you direct your attention is a vote for the kind of brain you will inhabit. You're not fighting a losing battle against distraction. You are consciously and deliberately building a brain optimized for depth, for insight, for true creative output. You are choosing to work with your brain's incredible capacity for neuroplasticity, rather than allowing it to be inadvertently shaped by the default settings of the modern world. You are becoming a master of your own internal focus, not a victim of external stimuli. The profound capacity for deep focus resides within you, ready to be activated, ready to be strengthened. Understand the mechanisms, apply these precise strategies, and command your brain to perform at its absolute peak. But this is just the beginning. There are even deeper layers of cognitive optimization waiting to be unearthed, waiting to transform how you engage with every aspect of your life.